Hello, I'm Samantha Sanchez, and I'm a board certified functional wellness coach. And I work with women who are wanting to balance their hormones via lifestyle changes. There's a lot that we can control in our environments in order to better support our bodies and help our bodies to find more balance. But before we talk about what can you do in order to support your body, to support your hormones, to support balance in your life, we actually need to start with talking about change. And I see a lot of women who are stuck in cycles and are having trouble making or following through with changes long term. And this can be a really frustrating point for a lot of people, and it can lead to a lot of self-talk or limiting beliefs about your ability to make changes, right? This is really, really common. So if you have experienced making changes in your life that you haven't stuck with, and you have felt some sort of guilt or shame or regret about that, just know that you're not alone, and there's a lot that you can start to do in order to set yourself up for success. So I want to go through 4 tips on making changes that are much more likely to last long term because they're going to be more aligned with what it is that you are trying to call into your life, if that makes sense. So the first one is to get really clear on how you want to feel, because how you want to feel is the real goal. The real goal is not the number on the scale, and it's not a pant size. Because even if we were to look at that metric, okay, this weight, right, is what I want, this is my goal. Well, that weight may not help you to feel the way that you want to feel, right? So you may not need to fit into pants that you wore a decade ago in order to feel the way that you want to feel. And it may not be optimal for your hormones or your health to be at that weight. And so we want to dig beneath these other more surface level goals and get at the heart of what you want to feel. Do you want to feel confident? Do you want to feel balanced and energetic? Do you want to feel excited about your life? Do you want to feel unafraid of your period coming every month because it's really just more of a blip in your month rather than something that's all consuming for a week? Get really clear on how you want to feel. This is your starting point, and this is what's going to motivate you to stick with changes that are going to get you there. And as soon as you start to feel the difference in changes that you make that move you closer to that goal, that's what's going to motivate you, how you want to feel. Okay, so that's number one, is getting clear on how you want to feel. Number 2 is making manageable changes that you actually feel excited about. You might feel a little nervous or scared or have some limiting beliefs about oh, well, didn't stick with this in the past, but it should be something that you want to do. If the change that you're trying to make feels terrible and you dread it and you hate it, well, that's probably a change that's being imposed on you from the outside. It's not coming from within you, a desire that you have to make that change. So even if it's difficult and you may experience some days that are better than others, if it's a change that you feel excited about, you're more likely to stick with it. And so start with those changes that you want to make. Those are the ones to start with that are less stressful and more exciting. And you can get to those other changes later. They will probably become more exciting to you the more that you see success and the more that you move toward how you want to feel, that goal. And number 3 is to focus on consistency and compassion rather than perfection and judgment. Because we don't thrive under perfectionism and judgment, name calling, just being unkind to ourselves. We're not going to stick with changes long term if when we hit a bump in the road, when maybe we make changes that aren't in alignment with how we want to feel, if we're angry at ourselves and we're unkind. it's not going to work. Okay, so we really want to be in a posture of being curious, because everything is just information. Okay, so like let's say you have a goal to go on a walk 5 days a week, okay, or maybe 4 days a week or something like that. That's your goal that you have set for yourself, and maybe the root under that is that you want to feel more energetic and less pain. Okay, so you want to feel like your body is looser, that you're more able to move without feeling stiffness or pain, and you want to have more energy. That's how you want to feel. So that's the end goal. And the means for getting there is this change, right? This walking every day, or for however many days you want to do. And so if, like, let's say 1 week you're really tired, or you have a lot of stress and you only walk 2 times, or maybe you don't walk at all, right? You just like completely stop this change that you have been committed to. And so what curiosity looks like, what investigation looks like, is like, what was going on this week? Okay. Oh, wow, I had a lot going on with my family, or I was feeling really sad about maybe an argument that you had with somebody, and you start to like understand where you're coming from, kind of like you would with a friend, right? You're viewing yourself through a kind lens and an understanding lens. And that doesn't mean that you don't take responsibility for your actions, but then you understand what's going on. Oh, that makes sense. I see why that would happen. And so that's showing compassion, showing kindness. And then what you do is, when you are experiencing kindness and compassion, you're more able to be resilient. And next week, just to say, hey, I'm starting fresh again, and I am getting back to it. And so that is focusing more on compassion and consistency. You can still be consistent and have blips along the way. Okay, you might not, walk for that entire week, but you get back to it. And the long-term consistency it's not going to really matter that 1 week. It's not about perfection. It's about the movement of your life. You are moving toward you're becoming a person who moves her body most days. Most days you are being consistent, okay? But we don't want to get stuck in perfectionism and judgment, because that just dulls our ability to be resilient and to move toward the people that we want to become, okay? And then lastly is adopting practices that help you get in tune with how your body feels. We get so used to avoiding, ignoring, and numbing the symptoms. And the thing with that is that symptoms don't usually just go away. Like, let's say you have like agonizing periods. Okay, you're dealing with an imbalance if you're dealing with, heavy cramping, heavy periods, or super light periods, or maybe your periods disappeared. Like, if you're dealing with these symptoms, they're not going to just disappear most of the time unless we make a change, unless we reroute. Okay, so, but a lot of people ignore symptoms, and then your body has to scream louder in order to get your attention. And though that can become louder and louder until you are just miserable. And we don't want to get to that point, right? If you are at that point, there's a lot that you can do to start supporting your body. But before you get to that point, we really want to get in tune with the symptoms that are arising that might be a little bit more subtle. Ooh, I've got a stomach ache. Oh, I have a headache right now, and I wonder what could be contributing to that. Was it something physically? Was it something that I ate? Or am I not getting good quality sleep? Or is there a lot of stress in my life that I thought I was handling really well, but now it's starting to weigh on me? We want to get curious about the symptoms that we're experiencing, and we want to to recognize them and give space for them so that we can actually address the underlying needs that are not being met in your life at that particular time. And so getting in tune with your body is really, really important. Listening to your body. Our bodies change over time too. So sometimes a lifestyle that's really supportive at one season of your life isn't in the next. And so you are the expert on your own body. And so when you take the time to really be in tune with how you feel, you're going to catch those changes and be able to create a lifestyle that's more supportive for you at that particular time in your life. And so there are different ways that you can do this. Breathing practices are a great way to practice getting back into your body, noticing your breathing deeply in and out through your nose whenever possible. This can be really helpful. Even just for a couple minutes a day, it can be really helpful to get back into your body, to notice how you feel. Body scans are really helpful. You can do that during a breathing practice and just scanning through your body, noticing maybe starting at your head or at your feet, either end, and just noticing, how do I feel? Am I cold? Am I warm? Oh, I feel the carpet underneath my feet, or ooh, my ankle's really stiff. Oh, my knee, okay, my knee feels itchy. Whatever it is, like just scanning through your body. Ooh, it feels like I have a rock in my stomach. Ooh, I think I feel like that a lot. I wonder, what contributes to that for me. And it's just noticing. And the more that you practice these exercises in your daily life, it's going to get easier to notice changes and symptoms that pop up throughout your day, even when you're not doing those exercises. So that can be really helpful. There is no one-size-fits-all approach to health. We are all unique, and our situations are unique, right? So getting into your body and noticing how you are feeling is really helpful because it gives you a lot of information. So if you're working with a practitioner, a doctor, a health coach, whatever it is, or a therapist, in that moment, whoever it is that you are working with, you have more information that you can bring, and that can be really helpful to navigate what it is that your body, your soul needs at that time. Okay, I hope this was helpful. If you are interested in more information like this and learning more about how to support your body and to help balance your hormones long term, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and I will connect with you soon. Bye.